Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. In today's video, I thought it'd be fun to bring you through my makeup bag, show off all of the products I'm carrying around with me, and I also wanted to do a look with the products that I have in here currently. This is the time of year that I always have a makeup bag packed just because I'm constantly going back and forth from here to the cabin. And yes, I always bring makeup to the cabin because I love shooting pictures out there. It's too beautiful not to. And also, before we get into it, I'm sorry for the mysterious and spooky lighting I have going on behind me. We're currently experiencing a thunderstorm and a lot of rain. So if you can hear the raindrops, I hope it adds an extra layer of depth to this video. So before we get into my makeup bag, I'd love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So I thought it'd be fun to kick off this video with a little makeup bag tour. Let's not judge my manicure, okay? This hand is really bad. This one's not so bad. I have to stop painting my nails because it's destroying my nails. But anyways, let's get in here. This is my current makeup bag. It's from Ali. She has the best makeup bags. I'll link them down below. So the first thing I have in here, which is really random, is the Kosas Sport deodorant. And I've only been using this for around a week so far, so I don't really know the full results yet. But so far so good. I think the AHAs in this product is lightening up my armpits, which is really great. That is one of my small-ish insecurities. I wouldn't even say it's an insecurity, it's just something that isn't my favorite. But I think this is helping so far. But let's go cube by cube. Oh, before I do so, I have the Melt Rust palette. I think this is something I added last minute because it could just fit here so nicely. So this right here is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. The colors are just so rich and they perform so nicely. I love their mattes the most, and I love how this one is made up of a majority of mattes. So really great palette. But let's go cube by cube. I'll start off with this one. This isn't as organized as it once was. I think I just throw in a bunch of stuff after I'm done getting ready. So here we are. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit more. So the first thing I have in here is the Supergoop Glow Screen Fantastic Primer and Sun Protector. I have the Lila B Aglow Face Mist. It's just nice and small. I'm actually really low on this product, but it just fits nicely in here. And it's a beautiful spray. It's one of my favorites. But it's a shame that it comes in such a tiny packaging. I have two base products here. I have the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop foundation as well as the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. These are my favorite right now. I've been kind of interchanging them. This one's really natural and this one has a bit more coverage, and they're just both beautiful. The NARS has a little bit more of a natural glow to it, whereas this one is like a soft matte. So great depending on the day, how long I'll be wearing makeup. I have one concealer in here right now. It's the Josie Maran Vibrancy. For my powder, I included the Pat McGrath Loose because I do enjoy this one under the eye as well as all over the face. So it's just a all-in-one nice powder to have in here. And it's nice and compact as well. So it just fits in here nicely. For my highlighter, I think I have a powder one in here too, but I've been using the M Cosmetics Moonbeam Halo highlighter. It's the cushion one. So lovely, so beautiful. I've been adoring this highlighter ever since I tried it out. I haven't stopped. And then I have a bunch of lip products in here, but I have this mini Melt Neutral Brown palette stack. I always forget the name of this, but I adore this thing. I've been using this pretty much every day I do my makeup off camera, and I've also been using it on my channel a bunch as well. But this specific shade right here is the one I reach for the most. You can see there's a huge dent in it already. It's just my perfect soft everyday brown. I don't know. I just adore it. Can't get enough of it. And I also love how it's in paper packaging, so once I empty this, I can just recycle it. It's just awesome. Now for lip stuff in here, what do I have? So I have two shades in the M Cosmetics lip cushions. I have the Magic Hour and Venetian Rose. Of course, I had to have my NARS Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Brief Encounter. It's the perfect neutral brown and it matches that melt shadow perfectly. Looks so good. I have the Lanolips 101 ointment to moisturize my lips or anywhere that feels a bit dry at the moment. And then I have a couple lip liners. I have two from M Cosmetics, Fawn and Kitten, and I also have MAC Oak. And the last product in this little cube is Charlotte Tilbury Sexy Lips. I have to have this product in my vicinity at all times. It's one of my favorite lip colors of all time. It's gorgeous. So that's in the first cube. Now let's move on to this one. I should organize this better when I put things away today. That would be delightful. In here, the first thing I have is the Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. Ever since this came into my collection, I haven't been able to stop using it. It's just such a gorgeous product. I love how it suits more natural days, or you can also use it on your more heavy full glam days as well. It just is so versatile, and it's just like an all-in-one. It's just, what more can I say? Perfection. For my blushes, I have the Kosas Tropic Equinox Color and Light Cream. So I guess this goes for another highlighter, but this blush color is beautiful. It's a perfect everyday nude color for my skin tone. I had to repurchase this one. This is just one of my all-time favorite blushes, and it suits anything I have going on my lips or my eyes. I do have another powder in here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is my favorite powder to touch up my makeup during the day. It just makes my makeup look freshly applied every time I touch up with this. It's just incredible, blurs it, adds a bit more coverage and a nice veil to the skin. It's just perfect. This is my other blush I have in here, the CoverFX Warm Honey. This is a perfect summer blush for me, very bronzy and rosy and just everything I want in the summer. And I also like how I have a glowy option or a matte option, or I can mix them together to get more of a satiny glow. Here is the powder highlight I have in here. Of course, it's the Ilia Decades Daylight Highlighting Powder. It's just my favorite powder highlight. It just looks phenomenal. It looks like a cream on the skin, but it's more long wearing than your typical cream, which is a nice option to have. Of course, I have a little eyelash curler, can't go without that. And for my mascaras, I have the Marc Jacob at Lashed, and of course, the M Cosmetics Pick Me Up. For my brow products, I have the M Cosmetics Brow Cream, the Huda Beauty Brow Pencil, and the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix. These are the three products I use in my brows every single day. Actually, that could be a lie. This one kind of is interchangeable. I have a few pencils I'm going through right now, but this is the one I threw in here when I was packing it up. And lastly, I have a couple eye products. This is my disgusting Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer. You can tell she's well loved and well used. It's all crusty and gross. I need to clean that, but this is the best eye primer for my oily eyelids. Can't go a day without it. And then the last two eye products I have in here. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Brown Pencil. I've been using this so much that I broke off the brush tip, which is really too bad, RIP. This is my favorite eyeliner pencil of all time. I'm going through it like crazy. I'm definitely going to be using this in my look today. And the last thing I have is this Kosas 10-second eyeshadow in the shade Globe. I adore this stuff. It's really nice for a quick look if you want more of a glowy eye situation. It's just phenomenal for that. And there we are. That wraps up my little tour. That's what I currently am carrying in my makeup bag. But now let's get to the look. I found my giant headband. By the way, I got this in PR from Huda Beauty, so I'm not really sure where it's from. It doesn't have a manufacturer on it at all, so I'm sorry about that. So what am I going to start off with? Of course, the glow screen. I wish there was some sun rays so I could really get use out of this product today, but it's always nice to have some SPF. Anyways, when there is daylight, there are rays, so I'm gonna put on some of this. I just adore this stuff. It adds like a nice tint too, I found. I didn't really notice it the first couple of times, but it adds like a sheer layer that diffuses your skin very subtly, and I just love that. I know in the beginning of using this product, I wasn't sure if I was going to use this on its own, but it doesn't look as intense as it is on camera right now because I do have a ring light, so it's looking extra radiant on camera. But in person, just like living life normally, it doesn't look as crazy, and I think it looks quite beautiful actually. So I have been wearing this on my no makeup days as well. For my base, I'm going to be using the NARS today, the Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and I'm using the shade Light 1.5. I'm going to take some on the back of my hand, and this stuff works really great with fingers and a brush, but today I'm going to be using a brush. This is hands down my favorite NARS complexion product. I have had nothing but amazing experiences with it so far. I've had it in my collection for around like a week and a half, I'd say, and it's one of the products I've been reaching for the most recently. It's just really easy to use and apply. It's reliable. It always looks good no matter what I use underneath. Because some of the skin tints I've found, sometimes they kind of pill up with products underneath or different SPFs and such. But this one, I never have an issue, which is awesome. So if I don't have time to mess around with my makeup that day and I need to go to the products that are the most reliable, I've been reaching for this. And I also adore the amount of coverage this one has. So you can see it adds a ton of glow, especially with the glow screen underneath, of course, but it also veils my skin really beautifully. Kind of adds a blurring filter while still correcting, but not over correcting. It still looks like skin. I'm just quickly going over everything just to sop up any extra product on there and to really give my skin a skin-like finish. And this is the Makeup Forever Water Tone Sponge, by the way. It's really nice. It's a little bit big for my preference. Like, to use it for concealer is a little tricky, but you just have to like squish it to get it to work. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my Josie Maran Vibrancy. I'm using the shade Light. This has been my go-to concealer. Similarly to the NARS product, this one's just reliable and easy, and it just pairs well with anything, and it looks really good all throughout the day. I'm now going to take a small amount of my Pat McGrath loose setting powder, and I'm just going to use this under my eyes to begin with because I have a bunch of creams I'm going to be using on my face and I don't want anything to get curdled or cakey looking, so I'm just going to focus this right where my concealer tends to crease because of my under eye wrinkles. Ooh, big thunder. I don't know about you guys, but rain is the most calming noise for me. If I'm feeling a little anxious, I'll put on a rain playlist on my Spotify, and it's the only thing that helps me from overthinking, and it puts me to sleep right away. I'm feeling real relaxed today. Just going to put this to the side because I'm for sure going to be applying a sheer layer on my forehead and in the center of my face. But before I do that, let's move on to bronzer. I'm going to be using my Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. So I'm going to be using both sides. First going in with the cream with my Moda Pro angled blush brush. And I just took a little bit of that and I'm going to do little circles. That brush isn't the brush I usually use for that. By the way, that brush I was just using is my discontinued Airbrush Flawless Foundation brush, but it's just like a skinny foundation brush. But now I'm going to go back with that angled brush and go into the powder. And I'm gonna add just a sheer veil of that. And there we are with the bronzer. I just love that stuff so much. And if you go a little too crazy with your bronzer, you can always take your foundation brush and just feather at the edges and bring it kind of back towards where you want it to actually be. It should make everything look more seamless. So now for my highlighter. I feel like when I rely on a ring light, I look 10 times more glowy than I actually am. But I'm going to be using my M Cosmetics Cushion Highlighter in the shade Halo. And I'm going to use my fingers to blend this in. Oh, that's just so pretty. Every time I apply this highlighter, it makes me so happy. Also, I'm now realizing that I didn't even really acknowledge the fact that I had a deodorant in my makeup bag at the beginning of this video. I just kind of breezed over it like that's a normal thing to have in a makeup bag, but you never know, you know? Like sometimes I forget to put deodorant on, and when I'm getting ready, I finally remember. I don't know. Anyone else? Is that just me? Highlighter on, it's looking gorgeous. Now I'm going to be going into my Kosas Tropic Equinox Color and Light Cream Duo. I missed this, you guys. I truly did. And I'm actually going to apply it with that same bronzer brush I was using. I'm just going in with the blush side today. When you find a good blush that suits any look and that still looks natural on your skin tone, you just always have to have it, you know? I think it's just one of the most flattering blushes on my skin tone. I grabbed my powder once again, and I'm going to set some areas on my face. I'm gonna be using this brush. It's a Moda blush brush. Blue one. Kind of dried weird, so it's all misformed. I'm gonna take some in the center of my forehead. I love this powder because it just cuts like the greasy sheen to it off, and it just still allows your skin to be radiant. I find that to be very hard to find in a powder. That was a good one. I hope you guys heard that. It feels so cozy to be filming this today. It almost feels like I'm at a sleepover or something. Oh my god, it's still going. Eyebrows. I thought I would show you how I do my eyebrows on camera since it's been probably a while. So let's do that today. So I'm first going to take my Huda Beauty micro shade brow pencil in the shade 8 Soft Black. Going to take the spoolie side first. Here, I'll bring you guys in a touch closer. And I just comb my brows up. I'm trying to kind of grow out my brows in this area right here, so I do have some like random little hairs sprouting everywhere, so please ignore that. But I'm gonna take that pencil side now, and I kind of just fill in this area right here where I have super sparse areas, and I just lightly fill it in. I wouldn't recommend this pencil if you have a lot of areas to fill in because it's such a tiny pencil. I feel like you'll run through this pencil like crazy very quickly. I always use this one when my eyebrows are freshly tinted because then I feel like I don't need too much pencil. And if it starts to look a little too perfect, I just comb it right through. I don't like my brows to look very sleek or perfect. I just kind of fill them in as naturally, I guess. And then I move on to my M Cosmetics brow cream. And then I like to start not at the front of my brow because I find that I like mess up a lot quicker when I'm working in the front. So I go near the tail end and really pile on the product over there. That's where I need the most fluff. And I flick all of my hairs upwards first so I get the most volume, and so that I can see that I coated every single hair. Because my goal when I do my eyebrows is to make them look a lot more voluminous than they are. Because I don't have that many brow hairs. I have very fine hair. I wasn't blessed like my mom or my brother. They have brow goals. I got my dad's brows. But now that they're all up like that, I kind of calm them down, but I leave the front looking a little more floof. And then the last step, if I feel like I want my eyebrows to look more defined, I'll go in with the Brow Fix Clear Brow Gel from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'll just kind of coat it. And sometimes this is nice to make everything look a lot more smooth too. And it just adds like a ton of extra hold. And there we are. That's how I do my eyebrows recently. They turned out really thick today. I dig it. I'm now just patting in my eyeshadow primer, and don't worry guys, I scraped off that grossness that was happening on the outer portion. There's still a little bit, but it's hard to get off. But I can't believe how long I've had this tube in my collection. I think I've had it since it launched, like two years ago. I don't know, but I've been using it pretty much every day for 2 years, and it's still kicking. Now let's get into the eyeshadow portion. I'm going to be using this little stack today. I'm going to show you like my updated favorite eye routine because I've been doing it pretty much every time I do my makeup off camera. So I just use this single shadow here. It's the middle shade, the lightest brown shade. And I'm going to take it first on the Smith 237, a nice big floof brush. And I'm gonna bring this into my crease to begin with. And how I'd like to blend this is I kind of bring it all the way across, and then I'll do these little mini window wiping motions. And then I'll get into these circular motions so I don't get like a harsh line at the top of my eye look here. I find that this gets the best diffused look. And I have hardly any pressure on my brush, by the way. I'm just letting the top bristles do the work. I'm holding my brush pretty much at the end, so I allow not a lot of pressure on my eye, because if you choke up on the brush, you get a really like harsh line. This way, your little strokes are spread out a lot more, then it just achieves a very diffused look. Now I'm going to take this flat Smith brush. It's a Smith 235 with that same color. I'm just packing it onto the brush, and I'm now going to press that onto my lid. This shade has been my go-to one and done matte color. Sometimes I'll dip into the shade that's a little bit deeper to put all over the lid, but most times I use this one. So now I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm grabbing my Makeup by Mario soft brown pencil. This is my favorite eyeliner pencil of all time just because of the color. Here, I'll swatch it on my hand real quick on a big swatch so you can see. So this is the color Full On. I'll turn to the side like that. And then once you blend it out, like look at that richness. It's a gorgeous, unique brown shade. I just love it. So I have been creating an eyeliner with this, like a winged eyeliner. And I kind of take it a little more at a different angle. I go kind of straight out, and I go kind of further than I usually would. Okay, that was a little bit too straight for me today. Okay, I think I made the angle a little too straight, but I'll roll with it today. And now I take this little angled brush. This is a Smith 203. And I just kind of perfect the liner. Kind of smudged out a little bit. Oh, I kind of screwed that up today. Now I'm upset. But I'm going to try to blend this portion out so it's nice and soft. I'm going to fix my eyeliner with a little bit of concealer and this flat brush. I need it to come to a better point than this. And now I'm going to take this small brush. This is a Anastasia A28. And I'm just going to pack it onto this brush so I can get into the inner corner a lot easier. And then the last thing I'm going to do to finish this eye off is jump back in with this eyeshadow, and I'm going to soften the ending right here and bring it all the way into the inner corner. I don't know what it is about this eye look, but it's the eye look I've been doing the most consistently, and usually I always change up the eye, whether it's like using a different product or whatever, but I have been using the same products and doing the exact same look for weeks now. I can't get enough of this combo. I don't know what it is. I just love it. But I'm just going to catch this eye up to speed real quick, and I'll be right back. And I'm also going to throw on my mascara as while I'm at it. And here are the eyes all finished, and I love putting an extra layer on my bottom lashes just to make my eyes look even bigger. But this eye turned out really, really good. So the eyeliner was perfect on this side. This is the exact same angle as I usually do it. I think it just pulls my eyes outwards, and I just love it. But now let's move on to lips. So for my lip liner, I'm going to be using M Cosmetics Fawn today. This one is like my exact natural lip color. So it's perfect when I want more of a natural vibe, but I want to make my lips look more plump. Now, I wanted to try something. I wanted to try to combine these two products. I'm first going to apply the Brief Encounter Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm from NARS. This color just perfectly matches the eyes, so that's why it's been such a popular favorite from me lately. I feel like I've mentioned it in my last 4-ish videos. And now I'm going to put a little bit of Sexy Lips in the center to add some warmth and a little bit more glow. I feel like this is going to be a beautiful combo. Yep. I think I'm going to be doing this a lot this summer. Okay, so here is the look all complete. Sometimes I throw in some faux freckles, but I've been foregoing that step right now. I don't know why, but this has been my go-to face for the last couple of weeks. I love it. So please let me know what you guys think of today's makeup look, and let me know if you'd like to see this type of video again in a few months, because I'm constantly like going through my makeup bag and replacing a few things. So this might be a fun one to do every couple months or something. But with that being said, that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it fun and helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products in the description down below as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.